Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Sean Diddy Combs, you got the nerve to be asking for sanctions. But a lot of people are saying that this might be proof that J.Lo may be Celebrity B. Why? Because they're asking for sanctions right after. This directly from In Touch Weekly. Ryan Nauman did his thing. They're saying Diddy demands sanctions days after the male accuser drags J.Lo into the court battle. Now, listen. Is this thing for sanctions tied to J.Lo? I don't know, but I find it funny that this is the most active Diddy has gotten on any of his cases. And that's the minute he mentioned J.Lo's name. I will say this. When you hear Diddy's defense on why this person needs to be sanctioned, spoiler alert, it won't be sanctioned. It can only be sanctioned if they find out they're lying about you, Diddy. And right now, come on, it's too many fish in the sea. Diddy asked a federal judge to award him sanctions against a male prisoner suing him over an alleged sexual assault that Diddy claims never happened. Okay, let me just say this. Diddy claims nothing ever happened. Diddy actually claimed Cassie didn't happen until we saw the video. So keep that in mind. According to the legal documents obtained by In Touch, that means Diddy's team probably gave them over. Now, just hear me out. If you guys didn't do see the live I did about Blake Lively exposing everyone, you need to go check it out. It shows how they use legacy media to plant stories to start a narrative on social media. And the narratives are written by the crisis management and PR people. Why is this important? Because Diddy is said to be either working with that crisis manager, PR team, or something similar to what happened with Blake Lively. They literally, basically, everything we thought we knew about the It Ends With Us tour, it was all a lie. Okay, so anyway, let's get back into this, right? Again, because it was planned in Touch Weekly, was this given by Diddy's team? Did y'all pass him the corporate environment? Pass the court docs. According to the court docs obtained by In Touch, Diddy and his legal team demanded the court stop Derrick Lee Cardello Smith's lawsuit from moving forward. Diddy's lawyer pointed out that Derrick is currently serving a decades long sentence, and so will you be. Again, relevance, and accused him of attempting to leverage the federal judiciary as a tool for harassment and extortion. Okay, but are you not in jail for trying to leverage maybe not the federal judiciary, but for harassment and obstruction of justice, which is a level of extortion, I think. Anyway, they point out Derrick has filed several substantially identical lawsuits against Diddy, in each case demanding enormous sums of money based on wholesale fabrications. The funny thing is, Diddy actually got, I think, didn't a judge award that man 10 million or 100, some crazy amount of money because Diddy refused to appear in court? Did he also not submit, according to legal documents, Bureau of Prison visitation records in which Diddy visited him and tried to get him to settle? Now, we do not know what their communications were once Diddy walked into that jail, but you have Diddy, who is a powerhouse, visiting someone he doesn't know, and there's a record of it in the Bureau of Prisons. Now, I don't see how this man faked a Bureau of Prison record. When you go to visit someone, I assume they make you show ID, metal detectors, security clearance. I think you have to even put people on a visiting list. So again, huh? Like, I get it. I get it. I get it. You're trying to create him out as a loony. But if he was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, what were you doing visiting him in his jail cell? Again, he had he has Bureau of Prison records that show that Diddy visited him while he was on jail. For what? For what? For what? Do we know if he offered him a settlement? No, that's something for a jury to sign. But you have a visitation record, so you clearly know this man. Get this. His lawyer continued, his frequent filings clearly indicate he has no intention of stopping his meritless attacks. As a result of Derek's harassment, Diddy has incurred significant legal fees and costs. Derek's barrage of meritless, fraudulent filings must come to an end. Why do I feel like Diddy was like, yo, why do I feel like Diddy's gonna try to go after Derrick to see if Derrick even has $10 that he can put on his books so he can pay Mark Agnifilio? Come on, man. This man is in jail. Your significant legal costs are coming from you defending yourself in the federal government. You didn't even make an appearance in this matter. That's why you got the default, and then you made an appearance. On top of that, if it never happened and it's completely meritless, why don't you just sign a sworn affidavit saying, I've never seen, heard, I do not know this man, and we were never in that scenario, and this never happened? And why don't you also get a sworn affidavit from J.Lo? He called J.Lo to testify. Suspicious timing. Speaking of timing, you guys, I got a write up in the Hollywood Reporter. It is about the way YouTube is a new media, the new source of infotainment, and the reason people are moving traditionally away from legacy media to the Hollywood Reporter. If you guys, the link is in the bio. If you guys could go check it out, it is literally 3.5 years of hard work culminated, right? Um, anyway, go check it out. It's a great read, and I really would like to know what you guys think of everything. Again, In Touch Weekly, Legacy Media. I'm not saying they were not even paid, but they posted it just as a favor. But I don't know. Now, anything we see in media, we should actually question. The same way you should question anything you see in YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. At the end of the day, your own research is your best, right? I read, I give my views, I do my research, I give my opinion, but baby, at the end of the day, everybody's voice must be heard. So let me know what you think. Anyway, let's get this. This is not Derrick's first attempt at a shakedown, and unless this court intervenes, it will not be his last. Derrick has a lengthy history of filing frivolous lawsuits in this district and beyond. I love the way every single lawsuit that comes against Diddy is the most frivolous thing they've ever heard, just like Cassie's. They said the overwhelming majority, if not all, of Derrick's cases have been dismissed as meritless. Well, first of all, agnophilia, right? Um, what are you talking about? Let's get into this, right? Like, literally, I could just hear him now. Yana, it's not Derrick's first attempt at a shakedown. And unless this court intervenes, it will not be his last. Derrick has a lengthy history of filing frivolous lawsuits in his district and beyond, Yana. The overwhelming majority, if not all, of Derrick's cases have been dismissed as meritless, Your Honor. Still, he has continued filing. Numerous judges have admonished Derrick, stop litigating vexatiously. Okay, again, all that could be true, but what that got to do with you? What that got to do with you, Diddy? Because he claims to have evidence that you visited him in the Bureau of Prisons. He also had his story about what you did to him when you, quote unquote, offered him a drink at a party and told him he added a little something to it for him. He fell asleep and woke up to Diddy having sex with a woman in front of him. He claimed Diddy looked at him and said, I did this to you too. Again, he had this story before anybody was going off on end suing Diddy, right? This lawsuit's been pending. So how did he know what you did, how you did it, this, that, and the third, if he never met you? Now, again, it is for the jury to decide whether this man is lying or not. And if he's lying, it should be very easy to prove it, right? It should be very easy to prove it. I love the fact in this new world they're trying to act like it's so hard to prove that you're innocent of rape when that is one of the easiest things to prove in America. The only point is, listen, let me just say this, right? And I'll leave it at that. It's very, very suspicious that he's calling J.Lo as a witness to the case, and now Diddy wants to get active. Again, we don't know who Celebrity B is in Tony Buzzy's lawsuit. It's safe to say, just hear me out, that it's not Beyonce, because if it was Beyonce, oh my God, Tony Busby would have been having a field day. So now we got to go back to who it could be. Diddy was a hot commodity back then. We know he had his girlfriend, but he was a known, I don't want to say cheater. He just had one way open relationships, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, y'all, what do y'all think? I think this case is going to move forward. It doesn't matter if I lied about 20 people. If I can show proof that I'm telling the truth about you, every case is on its own. On top of that, them saying the majority, if not all, you know how many cases he has, and you know the difference between the majority and all. Again, this is going to be interesting to say the way it plays out because as much as they protest, you still haven't been able to explain what actually happened. You haven't been able to explain what actually happened and why you're on the Bureau of Prison visitation list. Unless he forged that too, but if he forged that, that would be the smoking gun to get a dismissal. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.